Hi Aries, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Aries, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. This is for Aries for their highest good. I'm a card. All right, Aries. So it says finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So you have gifts to share with the world here, Aries. Really trust your intuition, use your intuition with things. I feel like also too that you could be going on a spiritual path right now for some of you guys. Not everyone, but some of you guys are. You also have valiant courage. Take action with passion. Yes, definitely. Go forward on things, on your plans, on everything that you want to do. Find that courage to create what it is that you want. I know that it's hard right now, but still try to open up that box where you want to put your plans out there, to create something. Find your courage to do what you couldn't do before. Okay, is what I'm saying. That's better. Try to find your courage to do that better, to do that. Okay. All right. So, Aries, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Aries, 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 Aries. One for the current. Wow. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for the what's hidden. One for the hopes and fears. Let me try to put that one right there, that one right there, this one right here. Move over. There you go, there you go. One for what you need to do now. Wow. What you need to work on. And the outcome. Okay. So, Aries, let's see. So, just as I was doing the cards, I feel like you need to really find your patience with things that are going on in your life. I feel like you're very tired. I do feel like you're trying to make some kind of plans. Really have patience for everything, okay? Wow. Okay, so you start off with the Strength card here. The Strength card is talking about really finding your courage. Really finding your courage, your strength, your confidence to do the things that you need to do. I also feel with the Strength card that, you know how to handle things. You really do. Okay, so remember that. Like you can do anything that you want to because you just know how to do it. This lady would not be taming this lion if she couldn't, and this is like a reflection of you. So Aries, you know how to do things. Just remember that. Find your courage to do it, okay? You have the six of wands here. I feel also that with the 6 of wands, besides it being successful, since it's in the situation card, I do feel like there is still some kind of jealousy here. There is like a lot of jealousy. I feel like people are watching you. I don't know. It's like, if you look at this card closely behind that person, male or female, don't matter. There are people watching them. They're watching how successful they are. They're watching how victorious they are. They're watching that, hey, that person got up there. That person is doing what they want to do. And they're really looking at you, So really be careful on that because I do feel like there is a jealousy there, So whoever it is that you're hanging out, whoever it is that you have around you, I feel like there's still there's a jealousy there. You do have the King of Wands here. The King of Wands is talking about, taking control of everything in your life. And that means like all these loose ends that are going around that you have, I feel like you just need to put things in order, like really try to put things in order. And I do feel like you are, slowly, but you are. You have the Knight of Pentacles here for what's hidden. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about, having patience, really having patience for everything. Just keep going forward, and when you're trying to do something or you're trying to learn about something, or you're trying to create something, you're trying to do your job, whatever it is, take your time with it. Don't take any shortcuts. Okay. Um, you have the Nine of Wands here for the Nine of Wands for the hopes and fears. Keep pushing forward, okay? Don't give up. Even though you're tired, you're hurt, you're frustrated, just keep going, okay? Don't lose hope. Don't give up on anything, because I feel like, things are changing for you. You also have the Ten of Pentacles here for what you need to do now. And you're really trying to create that strong foundation for to have the abundance that you want. I feel like there is some kind of abundance here, and I do feel like everything's going to work out for you. But we've got to see what the other cards say, okay? You do have the Page of Cups here also. The Page of Cups is talking about what you need to work on. So the Page of Cups is talking about that you need to start looking at things differently. Really trust your feelings and your decisions that you're doing. Okay. I feel like there's opportunities coming in also. And I also feel like you are definitely trying to release a lot of the old emotions that you had, like the frustration, the anger, and all that. I feel like it's like you're healing through that. And then you have the Four of Wands here for the outcome, and you're definitely moving forward. It could also be a marriage for some of you guys, or a proposal, something like that. But I do feel like you're celebration, you're having celebration, having good times. So it's nice, very nice. Definitely moving forward. And then at the end of the tarot deck, you did get the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is talking about, making plans, maybe you're making plans and keeping them to yourself, being quiet about it. I feel like you really want to do a lot of different things. I feel like there's travel here. I feel like you just need to be really patient with everything. Really take care of yourself, okay? And believe that you can do anything, okay, Aries? So let's see what the cards say. Take what resonates with you, Aries, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. All right. Why is the Strength card here for Aries? One more card. I have the, okay. Here we go. Wow. All right. So you're definitely going through some kind of healing here. I feel like you've been thinking about the past a lot, also being very nostalgic, everything that has happened, everything that you've been through. I feel like you're like being really nostalgic about it. But I feel like, that you are definitely going through this healing, and I feel like you're definitely going to start feeling better very soon. You're going to start feeling regenerated. You're going to start feeling, just keep your faith and have your faith, that everything is going to work out, because it will. You just need to believe in yourself. Wow. There could be some kind of wish fulfillment here for you also coming in. Also, okay, so with the Six of Wands, why is the Six of Wands here? One more card. Wow. Wow. Good. Good, good, good. All right. So, like, remember how I said that with the Six of Wands, I feel like there was somebody looking at you, being jealous. I feel like that has come to an end. That's coming to an end, because there is an ending here. There's an ending of something that is like, not there anymore. Like it's going to finally end, and you're going to start feeling better. And you're going to moving forward. So it's good. I like this. Because the Knight of Swords is also here. So this is definitely really good. Also, too, I feel like you just need to really, really have patience and don't rush into things, okay? But I feel like you're going to have a lot of ideas. I also feel like just keep moving forward, but don't rush into anything. Make decisions clear, okay? Like, take your time with it. And I also feel like you were very angry about the things that you were going through. You had a lot of frustration, but it's going to come to an end. All that's coming to an end, so it's good. It's very nice. Things are going to get better. You're on this path that's going to get better, so it's good. And then you have the King of Wands for the past or now. I do believe it's now. I feel like you need to start taking control of everything that's going on in your life. Like, start dealing with everything. like the problems, the home, the family, whatever it is, and start setting things straight because you need to. Okay, Aries. Um, yes, start taking control of your life, and I do believe it's now. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here for Aries? One more card. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, with the Knight of Pentacles, like I said, find your patience. Don't try not to take no shortcuts on things that you're creating or wanting to do. Take your time with things. Because I feel like there are a lot of things that you're not seeing. I feel like there are times that you feel stuck, that you can't move forward from something, and I feel like you're trying to really make these decisions, but you need to just take your time with everything. Don't take any shortcuts. Okay, really take off that blindfold and see things for what they really are. They're asking you to start trusting yourself and everything that you're doing. Like, you second guess yourself a lot, and you really need to start trusting yourself because you do have the High Priestess here. You're very intuitive, but you need to use your intuition because you have that spiritual here, that opening that spiritual gift that you have. But you trust your intuition on things. Trust yourself because you do have that inner knowledge, that inner knowing. You have the Nine of Wands here. And why is the Nine of Wands here? One more card. Wow, you got the Strength card again. Okay, so you're tired. You're very tired. I feel like you're very angry also because you have the Five of Swords. You're mad at people pointing fingers at you. You're mad at people, what they've done to you, or there's something that you cannot stand. Like I hear that phrase, oh, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. Okay. So I feel like you're very overwhelmed right now, and no matter the circumstance, like if there's people there that are jelly or whatever, things are going to get better because there is an ending here. But wow, I'm also getting like okay, I'm also getting like, you could be very frustrated with the people that you're around, that they're like, like getting into trouble. They just make trouble for you. They're asking you not to give up, to find your patience. To use all this anger as a lesson. Just use them as lessons and just move forward. Don't give up on anything, even though you've been hurt by everything that's been going on. Really just move forward. Try your best to move forward, but don't give up on anything, okay? Hang in there is what they're saying. You do have the Ten of Pentacles, and why is the Ten of Pentacles here? One more card. Wow. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles here, there is some kind of abundance, right? Maybe you're establishing yourself, creating that strong foundation, having enough money, right? And you're enjoying it. Yes, you're enjoying it. But you still have these habits. You have these habits that are like, you have the wealth. You're getting in, the wealth is coming in. The abundance is coming in. It may not be big or what you wanted, but it's still coming in. But you have these habits or these patterns that you continuously keep going back to. And they're asking you to really, really let them go because you need to start taking care of yourself. Really start taking care of yourself. It's better that you try to leave these habits that you have, because I feel like every time you get something, you get a little bit of extra money or something, that you use it on these habits that you're not supposed to have. We all have habits. It doesn't matter what it is, but you need to have self-control or have some kind of, just try your best to cut those habits. Whatever pattern or whatever it is that you do, really try to leave that. I feel like you need to really take care of yourself too. I also feel like there could be somebody that had a baby, or just had a baby, or is pregnant, something like that is around here. I feel like you have a lot of ideas, and you know exactly what we're saying, or I'm saying. And I also feel like with like you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of ideas this is for somebody. You You have a lot of ideas to make the money that you want, you know, but there's something here that keeps you stuck. You know, something here that keeps you stuck, like in one place. You feel stuck, like you can't move forward, or you can't put them out there. There's something here that keeps you from doing that. So, wow. And they're asking you to really put them out there. You know, open up, you know, find your courage to put them out there, because you do have this card, you know. So, wow, interesting. You have the Page of Cups here. And why is the Page of Cups here? One more card. Wow. So you do have the Page of Cups, and like I said, you know, there's messages coming in, there's news and messages coming in. I also feel like, you know, to trust your intuition. But I also feel like, you need to really start following your heart and how you feel about things, you know. Sometimes you don't follow your heart. Sometimes, you know, maybe it's like, maybe you need to have that compassion and forgiveness here. Maybe you need to start trusting yourself, you know. Wow. I feel like you need to be persistent with everything that you're trying to create. You know, like whatever it is that you want to put out there, I feel like you need to be persistent with your dreams and what you want to create on that. Okay. And I want you, they're saying like, don't give up. There are times when you do feel very overwhelmed with a lot, though. You carry a lot of people's problems, a lot of weight on your shoulders, you know, about everything that's going on. And sometimes that can get to you, you know. And I also feel like you try to follow what, you know, like, you need to think of for yourself and not follow anybody else. Like, you know, like somebody tells you, well, so and so did this, you know, they just shut the door on that person's face. Can you believe that? And you're like, oh, but you're in your mind, you're thinking, well, this person's a good person. They would never do that. But that other person's like, you know, telling you, yeah, they did that. I'm not going to talk to them, and you shouldn't either. That kind of thing. You know, they're asking you to not follow that, to not like, to do things for yourself. Like, don't pay attention to what anybody else says. You do for you, because you carry a lot of that on your shoulders. You carry a lot of that worry, you carry a lot of that frustration, and you really need to let that go. Okay? So they're telling you to change that. You know, things are going to fall into place for you. Everything's going to try to balance out. You keep everything balanced, okay? And that's your home, your priorities. Try to keep them balanced. And that means your health, you know, the way you're doing things, taking care of yourself, sleeping better, eating better, resting, you know, all that. Try to keep it balanced, okay? You are on the right path, and you are supposed to be where you're supposed to be, okay? But you are very divinely guided also, Aries, so just know that. And then you have the Four of Wands here. And why is the Four of Wands here? For Aries. One more card. Wow, good. Good, good, good. So you do have the Four of Wands, and you are definitely moving forward. You know, you're letting go of a lot. You're going to start letting go of a lot. The past, everything. You're not staying in the same place anymore, because you're looking at things differently, and that's huge. That's very good. Good for you, Aries. For some of you guys, you could be moving, you could be traveling, but you're definitely moving forward to success. So I love this. This is very nice. You're going to start taking control of a lot of things. Things are going to get better. Things are going to balance out for you. That's very nice. I like it. All right. So Aries, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.